It's 10:08 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 2 p.m. in Liberia. Wherever you are, what a pleasant way. We love to welcome you to a brand new edition of Issues of Today, live from our studio here in Monrovia. My name is Mark Dan. Wherever you are this afternoon, this morning from your end, wherever you are watching Liberia Public Radio Television, it's a pleasure. We love to welcome every one of you that are joining us this hour on LPR-TV and www.liberiapublicradio.com. So this program is on your airwave or on your television screen every Tuesday and Thursday at about this time. We our a bit of apology for a delay due to some technical hitch up here from our studio, but again we are very much grateful to our technicians that ensure that everything is perfectly working and on time. Howbeit, we are here this hour. We're going to be looking at series of issues in Liberia. Well, our talking points today: a team of RT experts from ECOWAS, that's the Economic Community of West Africa, has arrived in Liberia. What they are here for? Well, we're going to be telling you. And of course, what do we expect from their being here? Especially they have come when opposition leaders in Liberia have been crying about the 2017 voter cleanup, voter rolls cleanup exercise. According to statistics, over 100,000 double registration took place during the 2017 election. That's the general and presidential elections in 2017. And since then, members of the opposition community have been crying, have been saying that the government needs to ensure that the voter rolls are cleaned up. So on Monday, on Tuesday, a team of experts from ECOWAS, information technology expert, RT expert, they came from ECOWAS. They arrived here in Monrovia for the cleanup exercise. So what do we expect from them when they arrive? After they have done with their work, according to them, at their press conference, which was held at the National Elections Commission headquarters, They said they will remain open. They will do. They will ensure that everything they do is transparent and is very much open to the public. Meanwhile, they are inviting political parties representation and also religious leaders and other civil society organizations. Of course, the media has not been talked about whether they will be arriving. They will be part of the exercise. But again, we're just hoping that the media are going to be part of the exercise to ensure that everything that they're going to do, the ECOWAS active expert, everything they're going to be doing remains transparent and open to the public. Because this is one thing that members of the opposition community have been crying on over and over, saying that over 100,000 of people who double registered during the 2017 election, when their names are not deleted, they're going to call for credibility problem for the election, for the senatorial election in this year December in Liberia, that are going to be taking place across the 15 counties, to ensure that 15 senators who seats are not being declared vacant can get can either go for re-election or different people replace them. So this is what we're going to be looking at here today on Issues of Today. Again, we also hoping to go to Maryland County to talk to our correspondent there, Augustine Young, who will be updating us on about some of the issues that are unfolding there. We're also been hoping to be on a line in a conversation with the chairman of the National Brigade of the Opposition Collaborating Political Parties, Byron Brandt Jr. We're hoping to hear from him, but he hasn't picked up his phone yet. We're just hoping that everything that it will be very possible so that he can ensure that his phone is picked up, and then so that we can have a civil conversation here on issue of today. I want to say thank you for joining us on issue of today, wherever you are watching us. This is your usual program. My name is Mark, and we are here every month. That's Tuesday and Thursday. Continue with information across Liberia and beyond. So we're going to be talking about it. In the meantime, let's take this quick break to be right back on issues of today. Okay.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Love is all we need to make it see. This is the time to come together. Keep Liberia safe forever. So open up your heart, let the unity begin. Love is all we need to make it stand. Let's cultivate one another. Learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Without togetherness, we won't have no peace of mind. Unify and have a peaceful, sweet Liberia. Land of liberty is our home. Keep it standing. This is the one and only home that we have. Sweet Liberia. This land of liberty is our home. Let us keep it standing. It's the one and only home that we have. Oh, sweet Liberia. Love is all we need to make it stand. Unify and have a peace.
Welcome back. You are watching LPR television live from Monrovia this hour. Wherever you are watching us, we want to say thank you for joining us. We're hoping to go to Maryland County now to speak with our correspondent
Good afternoon, Mark, and good afternoon to our followers. I'm honored to be on the platform from the Southeast. Well, so far as you may be aware, like you mentioned, the entire country, politics actually not really being open officially, but political actors making some touches and interventions and endorsements still ongoing on where friends and supporters of political parties, independent candidates expressing interest and pledging support to who they actually want to support into the process. So this is what we actually observing around, and some candidates are moving around into districts and communities, completing projects that they have promised, or maybe they have started, or to erect right now. So those are things that are actually ongoing in Maryland County. politicians themselves have not spoken, except the civil society organizations in Maryland have raised a major concern on the issue of National Election Commission not provide sufficient awareness on the referendum. But only you can hear all around people talking about vote for the senatorial midterm elections and people talking about senatorial elections, and you are aware that this coming election there will be some referendum, and there is no awareness. That has been a major concern for Maryland. People are concerned that people don't have an idea this referendum. All the people know is about you go to vote for senator. So there is a need that NEC creates an opportunity to provide sufficient awareness and liaise with community radio stations across the country to provide jingles and dramas and some talk shows discussing, providing details. Why should people think yes or people go no? So those are some of the things that people are talking around here. But political actors have never said anything about decision from NEC office putting to hold on campaign activities or whatever. Well, to be very frank with you, whether campaign is open officially or not, analytically, you will know that the people are campaigning. But because it's not an official declaration, so you can say campaign has started. Let's take, for example, when the coronavirus situation was all around the world, the issue of sporting activities were being banned. But you notice that in rural communities, people were still playing freedom ball and small matches were going on. Even there was not a legal league. So right now, we can say that campaign activities ongoing in the counties. But what I can tell you right now, political actors are engaging and having series of meetings because they have characterized the issue of political activities into three categories. They said they got a consultation stage, the awareness stage, and the campaign stage. So any political actors you call right now, they will say they're not campaigning, or they are going through consultation or awareness. So we can say they are campaigning. Yeah. Yeah, awareness could not necessarily mean vote for me and don't vote for me. Awareness could be Liberians need to know that election remains and there will be election comes December 8th or December whatever date. There is no cancellation by election. The National Election Commission offices across the country are creating opportunity maybe to put themselves better before the election starts in Liberia and to make sure that the right thing will be put into place. So those are some of the awareness perhaps they could be provided because we are not following them when they are moving around in their normal activities and meetings. But sometimes communities will say, oh, community X have endorsed the candidacy of candidate B. These other institutions will say they have endorsed. Yeah, so the thing, it will interest you to know that the issue of endorsement, it depends on the group of or the institution or the individuals that are doing it. Because the 2017 presidential election, where you have the senators in Liberia, about 18 to 19 of them endorsed the candidacy for the presidential bid of Ambassador Joseph Imam Boubacar to be president for this country. And on the contrary, the ambassador did not win, or the ambassador George Biden won the election. So when an institution comes and say we endorse this person, it does not automatically mean that the person will be supported or will win the effect of the election. In my mind, it requires a collective effort and for what you have said to be actually applied to the time of election. So some institutions can be very committed for their endorsement, while others can only pretend because politicians like how you call it numbers. It will interest you to know that when they say candidate A is coming to Maryland County, majority of the same people you can see behind candidate A, when candidate B say he's coming to Maryland County, you will see some of the same faces behind candidate B. So nobody can easily conclude the result of the election now until after the date of the election. National Election Commission can say that John Brown has won the election. All we can do, we do basic analysis, looking at the prospects, the effects, the interventions being made, and majority of the people talking in the absence of the candidates, then you can say that the election is being evaluated thoroughly between one or two, three parties. Just as the way we contact around, we say, what are the two top names or three top names in the county? That is why we do analysis, but it does not mean that this person will win or the person will lose. The decision of the National Election of West Africa Examination Office, WAEC or WAC, in Liberia, several persons in the Southeast have expressed serious dissatisfaction about WAEC operation. It will interest you to know that the resetter exam that is pending, according to the information gathered, WAC or WAEC office have asked candidates to pay $16,511 to reset the WAC exam, and they have scheduled strategic counties in Liberia, approximately 5 counties in Liberia, that the exam will be administered. It will interest you to know that now one county in the Southeast that are being so far enlisted into that particular document, that whosoever has desire to write or reset the WAC exam can take advantage. And in each of the counties, for example, Maryland County has 15 high schools. For the just ended WAC exam, we are talking about 1,700 plus students that are registered for the WAC exam. So let's say, for example, if that fee figure for this year was the fee figure for last year, approximately 900 persons say the WAC exam. It means Maryland County alone going to produce 900 persons to go to the WAC exam, and that 900 persons will transport the south going to either Nima, Mark DB, or Monserrado to write the exam. Looking at the deplorable road condition in Liberia today, several persons are concerned. So people have been raising up a concern, calling on the government of Liberia, especially the Ministry of Education, to to investigate WAC office thoroughly on grounds that they have noticed that WAC is not administering exam with the purpose of evaluating Liberian students, but they are alleging that WAC office kind of administering exam on the purpose of raising money, because the students will write the exam and majority of them will fail, and you will come out to say 16,500 per person to reset the exam. That's an income generation, and people are saying that all of the universities in Liberia and some parts of the world, colleges, for you to enroll, once you don't have WAEC certificate or WAC certificate, you will not take advantage of it. But then according to students who sitting for the exam, the test cannot be measurable. The test is beyond their level and their understanding. And our country education system is, students who writing the exam. Students writing the exam continuously saying the test can be challenging. It is not measurable. It's above their standard. In some other critical subjects, like chemistry, physics, biology, mathematical areas is a serious challenge, and the sciences. So the test cannot be measurable, and once the students sit for the test, they will fail massively. At the end of the day, WAC office will come on and say, pay $16,500 to go and write the WAC exam. And if the students will be paying $16,500 per person, like I just gave you the scenario of Maryland County to produce 1,700 plus candidates to write the WAC exam, it's a serious challenge. So civil society organizations, including the students and their parents, are raising a major concern. Even the just ended WAC exam or WAEC that was administered for secondary students, specifically junior high school students in Maryland County, one person received the calculator for which the student paid for. It will interest you to know that according to the information we gathered, yes, that's what I'm saying to you, because according to the information, in fact, it created a serious controversy in Maryland County about the WAEC for 9th graders. The earlier time, the schedule that was given to them earlier said, for example, the children should have written the test on Wednesday. And that was a national decision for the WACS or WIRE to be a minister for non-readers on Wednesday. Later, the Maryland County School System got information instead of Wednesday, they should start the test on Thursday. And this is a rural part of Liberia. It's not as urban like Monrovia. Most of the students and their parents, they go to their villages and towns to hustle and survive to support their children and all that kind of thing. Most of the students left from Harper Town and went to Kavala, went to Barabo, Kaluwe, and other places outstation of Harper, only to know abruptly somewhere around 5 p.m. on Tuesday evening. Then the information started to come out that WIRE has decided that the test will be administered on Wednesday across the country. Students and parents raised a serious concern. The CEO said he was not in the know. All he knew was the test should be administered on Thursday. However, with the change of schedule that the test should be administered on Wednesday, he started to appeal and call on parents and the students to see reason to take advantage for all students to gather and go and write the test on Wednesday instead of coming on Thursday. Wednesday morning, the student was summoned to the individual campuses. We trust you to know that the parents said they paid $7 United States for scientific calculator so that the students will write the WACS exam, and that was part of the fee, which was a serious mandate. And those students were sent home on several other occasions to the various schools in the county. Now they want to go write the WACS exam. They were denied of carrying cell phone and calculator as usually going to write WACS exam or WIRE. But then they went to the WIRE hall now. The parents raised the lamp. They did not receive that calculator until they completed the exam. I don't know now as to whether they received it yesterday or today. There are so many issues in Maryland County, but let's just conclude with this one. The issue that has to do with the police department in Maryland County have started on the massive awareness against electoral violence. The police staged a meeting with political actors, including our supporters and friends, and even they just concluded with students across Maryland County providing awareness on electoral violence. According to the chief operation of the Lagos National Police, Mr. Swari Dauda, he said Liberia as a country has gone through a series of challenges and problems in the country, and they are not in readiness to support any form of violence.
Thank you ever so much, Gus Young. Is our man from Hartford City, Maryland County. We are hoping to. Okay, Gus. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much, Gus. Is our man from Hartford City, Maryland County. You watching LPR TV, and the program you are listening to and watching is Issues of Today, live from Liberia Public Radio Television, and of course on our partner station across Liberia. We want to say thank you, our man Gus Young there from Maryland, from Harper City, Maryland County. So let me just say that James Jala, if you want to promote Representative Thomas Fala, please come to us and let us sit and discuss and make business. But it'll be very much unfair to us that while you are on our platform and then trying to promote Fala. So please, we will not accept that. Like we said to you, come and let us discuss it. Come, let us discuss it. We are not for a specific candidate. So come, we can discuss it. We make business together. LPR TV live from Monrovia. My name is Mark. We want to say thank you for watching. Those who are joining us this hour on the program, we're going to take another break to be right back on LPR TV and of course our partner station across Liberia. Let's take this information here. This is issues of today. In case you are just coming our way, we want to say thank you for joining us on Liberia Public Radio. You still watching LPR TV here? Liberia Public Radio. We are here. You can come and discuss with us. We can do business together. Please don't hesitate.
You've worked for months to bring your or your client's event to life, but unfortunately, the world had another plan. In reality, the only thing you lost is the venue. We take your vision for hosting a virtual conference and bring it to life online. No matter how complex your agenda is, we produce a smooth, engaging experience. Call the Liberia Public Radio today and schedule your event. Our number is 682-433-8802. If you prefer to submit your request via email, please send the request to liberiapublicradio2012@gmail.com. Our staff are standing by waiting for your phone call.
Welcome back to LPR-TV. You're watching Issue of Today, wherever you are this hour. We want to say thanks for joining us on Liberia Public Radio. Yahweh, you are too much for me. Thanks to Minister Winning there. Minister Winning is, she have been here to Liberia Public Radio before, and she knows what exactly Liberia Public Radio is made of in terms of production. So, like I was saying to you, Mr. Jala, if you have a program you wish for us to promote it, you can come here. You just give us some money, just small little money. Just we appreciate that, and then we can promote whatever you want us to promote in a positive way. So we have been discussing the issue of ECOWAS RT experts arriving in Liberia. Like we said, two of the experts are from Nigeria, and the head of the delegation is from Ghana. He's Mr. Chadid Nwafo, and they were all hired by the West African community, West Africa Economic Community of West Africa States, ECOWAS, that we usually call it for short. So they are here to clean up the voter rolls of 2017. Like we were saying from the beginning of the show, the voter roll of 2017 was flooded with so many duplicated names. People registered twice. People registered more than 3 times. So they have come here. But why did they come in the first place? They have been caused by some opposition leaders in Liberia to ensure that the 2017 voter rolls are cleaned up properly. So then ECOWAS as a body looked into it and said that I think this recommendation coming from the opposition community is very much genuine. So we need to look into it and ensure that we do something about it. That's how they came up with uh, this recommendation. So they look for funding, and then the UNDP, that's the United Nations Development Program, decided to sponsor it. Those RT experts from various West African countries to come and verify the names. So this has been one of the pressing demands of the opposition collaborating political parties, which issue took them to the Supreme Court of Liberia, though they were initially denying. They were talking about issuing a writ of mandamus. It was denied initially, but later on, the Supreme Court again called them to look into this particular issue. Yes, they withdrew their campaign. After this, the justice in chamber denied them. They withdrew their case and then went back and reconsidered it. But it's not the case. Let's talk about this issue of double registration. What actually happened in 2017? Let's read the record. The voter roll of 2017, it display a total registrants, or those who register, a total registered voters of 2,182,556 people. And then this, according to experts, there were so many people that did double registration, and the process was not cleaned up properly in 2017. So the CPP in its count, it was saying that there were over 170,000 duplicated names that were found on the voter list of 2017. And then in 2017, as we all may be aware, there was something called the FRR, the Final Voter Roll Review. That was now that gave the recommendation so that it can be cleaned up, and then it did not happen proper way. So with all that, data has shown that on December 12, 2017, the total registered voter was around 2,183,629. So again, the National Election Commission said that it was going to process it, and it never happened. So the data continue to say that approximately over 100,000 plus people double registered. So taking into consideration of this, when you do your own calculation, the final voter roll as per, if you deduct 138,146 people, you will get a total voter of 2,045,483 instead of having 183,556. This has been the argument of the opposition leaders and the opposition community in Liberia, and as such, they have been calling on the government of Liberia through the National Elections Commission to ensure that the voter rolls are cleaned up and properly. Again, the ECOWAS delegates have come, or the delegates. What do we expect from them? The way they have come, what do we expect from them in the first place? Will this be another step of charade wherein expert will come, then government will go into cool with them, and then the proper result will not come? The actual result will not come up, because this are happening over and over. It happened with the 16 billion report. When the expert from USAID, USAID pay from Core Associates, when they carry on their audit, they threw the naked report of the audit did not come out, because according to them professionally, it would have been so damning, so they did not come up with it. It's similar situation that we are currently in now with the issue of the final voter roll update. This cleanup exercise is very much serious, because some politicians now are thinking about using this particular opportunity to get votes. Some of them is already, they started talking already. Another opportunity that they saw very good was this issue of a photo update, wherein some people left from their original counties and then they went to another county that they have no connection, which is of course against the election law of 2004. Again, this is the situation. What do we expect from the ECOWAS RT experts that have come? We will put out our numbers. If you wish, you can participate on the numbers that we are about to put off, and so that we can have a say here on issues of today, live from LPR. When it's from LPR, is always good. Like we said, you can bring your virtual event. We will definitely conduct it for you, and you will definitely have the blowing over, and we are expert in it. We are not just blowing our own horn, but we can do it. We can do it, and you definitely enjoy it. So that's the WhatsApp number up there. You can see it, and then make your input if you wish. We will be very much glad to have your say here on LPR-TV. Let's take another song here. Wherever you are this morning, this is LPR-TV. In case you just coming our way.
You've worked for months to bring your or your client's event to life, but unfortunately, the world had another plan. In reality, the only thing you lost is the venue. We take your vision for hosting a virtual conference and bring it to life online. No matter how complex your agenda is, we produce a smooth, engaging experience. Call the Liberia Public Radio today and schedule your event. Our number is 682-433-8802. If you prefer to submit your request via email, please send the request to liberiapublicradio2012@gmail.com. Our staff are standing by waiting for your phone call.
Have you heard the news? Well, worry no more. Carson's photo and video production has been providing elegant weddings, conventions, and birthday videographic for the Liberian communities since 2006. Paying attention to detail and emotion throughout the day, and taking time in the editing process to create a unique video You will want to watch with family members, friends, and future generations, shooting quietly and professionally, and without distracting you or your guests is vital. For more information, please contact us at 484-786-3337. That's 484-786-3337, or we can also be reached at www.cousinphotovideoproduction.com. Please tell Cousin Photo and Video Production that Asheville the Giant Galley sent.
A life so beautifully lived deserves to be beautifully remembered. This is to announce the traditional wake-keeping and funeral service of the late Chief Crazy Sarto, former General Town Chief of Crazon Clan and Chief Elder of Crazon Chiefdom of the Bison Statutory District, Grand Gade County, Republic of Liberia, who died on January 27, 2020 at his daughter resident in Thinker Village, surrounded by his children and grandchildren. The body of the late Chief Crazy Sarto will be removed on December 15, 2020 at the Samuel Stryker Funeral Home in Sincor and will be taken to his daughter home in Thinkers Village for a night of wake-keeping. The body will then be taken to Duaji Town, Grand Gade County for 3 days of traditional wake-keeping. Funeral service will be on Saturday, December 19, 2020 at the Assembly of God Church in Duaji Town. The remains will be laid to rest at the family cemetery in Duaji Town. Repast follow at the family compound in Duaji Town. The traditional aspect of the late Chief Crazy Sarto life celebration will be the Kron artists performing lives making their present felt will be the Watsiato of Claude Romy and Blade Mary, Poimile Group of the Ivory Coast, Sumu Club of the Ivory Coast, Kron International Artists Blay Franco, Jefferson DK Nyangbe, Eric Duo, Chablo and Tour, Juice Sandy, Saba J, Festus D. Carr. Sea Levels and the gospel artist Ezekiel Wright. This announcement was signed by Nathaniel Cray, son of the deceased.
The price of freedom is costly. The price of freedom is painful. Join LPR-TV every Sunday live from the New England Bureau for your informative news magazine with your host Efanso Zion for issues affecting our country and our communities.
For Freedom Watch, and of course, are going to be very much interesting. The 1st of December, I mean, 1st of November, sorry, when LPR Alfonso Zianso play host to political and student activist Martin Colley will be his guest, so you can then join Mr. Alfonso Zianso on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5 p.m. Liberian time. You will definitely hear what you're going to enjoy it, and of course, and to the best of your ability. So we are still here on issues of today. We just have. Sorry for sorry for that. Sorry for that distraction. It was due to some other things here at the studio, some other buttons that we forcibly touch here. But again, this is what we've been looking at. This issue of voter rolls is a serious thing. People went and registered double. Let me just give my own story about this double registration. It was then in 2005 that I first voted. At that time, yes, many people were voting, but then the appetite for voting was not as huge as it is right now. And then I first decided to vote in Morovia, and then a friend of mine from Grand Bassa County came to me and said that uh, there was a guy, there was a politician. It's been very long time, so I can't really remember this politician. He was a senator then. He was running, so he asked. He took few boys at the time we were in school, then in high school. So he said we should go. He gonna take us to Grand Bassa County, and we will get registered, and then we will be given $10 each. And we agree. But guess what? Unfortunately, I went. It was my own first experience at the time, so I went and have some of my bigger brothers informed about this kind of idea and the danger associated with it. My big brother then told me that I don't think it's going to be a good idea. If you are to go there, maybe you're not going there to take the $10 this politician about to give you, but it won't do anything. If you are caught, it's going to be shameful, and you have career, you have so many things ahead of you that you're supposed to do as a young man. So I advise don't go there. And I listened to my big brother then, and I never go to Bassa to register there. But again, most of my friends then in, were in school then. So after school later that day, some of them they wore their color clothes and then they went, they registered there. So I'm saying this to say that the double registration things started as far back as 15 years ago in Liberia that I can remember. So again, it's not actually a good idea really, because by it brings about cheating. 2017 again, I have another encounter. Then I was an active journalist then. Yeah. So I have an encounter with a young man who voted two places. He used one name to this other area, but it's the same face. And there was nothing to detect that, oh yeah, this guy already voted. After he went to the empowerment temple, he voted. I also vividly recall he going to 24th Street to Emmanuel Temple again voting. That's a young man I'm talking about. So you see, if at all Liberia had a detector, maybe RT expert, those who know about specimen detection, if we have it, then I don't think we could have been going this through this process, because it was admitted the Supreme Court, after the Supreme Court ruling that the voter roll be cleaned up properly, when the late Charles Bronski and others took the National Elections Commission to court on this particular issue, and it was never done. So again, we're hoping that the way the ECOWAS has listened to us, and then brought into country some experts, all hoping, praying and hoping that this is going to be very much good for our country to ensure that the photo rules are properly cleaned up. LPR-TV is today on Liberia Public Radio from our studio here in Monrovia. In case you just joining us, we want to say thank you for coming, and let me see who some of the people that are joining us this hour. James Jala, we're talking. Angel, thank you. We also have let's just see some of those. We also have James. Okay, this is a James. We also have David. David Monday. David Monday. Thanks for joining us, and all other people who have joined us this hour watching LPR TV. We want to say thank you. This program is also live on our website, www LPR, LiberiaPublicRadio.com is the address in case you want to go to our website. You can go there and so many other activity, so many other stories and interesting information will be there, and you will definitely enjoy interacting with us. Welcome back to LPR TV. You are watching LPR TV live from Morovia. My name is Mark Don, and this is Issues of Today. It's a program that will discuss issues of national concern, issues that have to do with the growth and development of our country. Mama Liberia will discuss it here. And let's talk. We've been talking about ECOWAS RT experts arrival in Liberia. They have arrived here to see to it that the voter roll of 2017, the duplicated voter roll of 2017, is properly cleaned up to ensure that over 138,000 double registration names are deleted. And of course, we just about to go. But before we do that, we can just acquaint you with some of the latest happenings around Liberia and beyond. Of course, the Liberty Party is said to be in serious house fighting among partisans of the party over an alleged decision by political leader and the vice chair for administration to submit to the National Elections Commission for an illegitimate constitution replacing the current one. The reports, which has been reported by the Front Page Africa, have it that the party use an amended constitution to elect new officials. In a letter the NEC signed by the chairman, in the letter of NEC, excuse me, that was signed by the party's chairman, Senator Steve Zago, and Secretary General Jacob Smith, a copy of which was obtained by Liberia Public Radio as well, notified the commission about the illegibility of the constitution to submitted to the National Elections Commission. You see, because they are talking about process here. Because if you as a party, you know the constitution, you are governed by law. The National Election Commission should be aware of everything that you do in terms of your law, your ballot, and constitution should be updated. But of course, it seems to be that the Liberty Party, it has some inner problem with this issue about uh, 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 their legitimate bylaws and constitution. So this is what they've been uh, talking about. Okay, some of the stories that trending: a team of RT experts from the Economic Community of West Africa or West African states ECOWAS arrived in Liberia on Tuesday for the purpose of cleaning up the voters' roll of 2017. This story we've been talking about it over and over here public radio on issues of today, and let's talk about another development here that we haven't talking about or we haven't talked about. Okay, let's get to it on LPR TV. For Presidential Affairs has justified the violation of code of conduct, which says this enchanted citizen can go to court. He says disenchanted citizens should go to court. Well, The Code of Conduct, as we all know, is a piece of legislation passed by members of the National Legislature in 2010. Uh, yeah, no, 2014 to be specific, but it was submitted to the legislature since 2009, and then it spent like 5 years, almost 6 years, before it was amended. So again, there have been series of reports of violation of this particular law that provides for several restrictions on political activity, especially for government appointees. For example, it's very much quite vivid now that some political appointees are now and then campaigning openly for their party, which it speaks against the Code of Conduct of 2014. The National Code of Conduct of 2014, as you all know, huge amount of money was spent on it by international donor. Um, yes. So Nat McGill, the chief of office staff of the president, is saying that if anyone feels disenchanted by it, they should go to court. And also, this pronouncement was also made by the CDC chairman, Mobile Molu, uh, Mobile Molu, and others. Meanwhile, some officials from the CDC that were recently appointed by the Coalition for Democratic Change have declined to form part of a campaign team. That's a campaign team for the 2020 senatorial election. Some of those that resigned recently or declined that recently is the executive director of the Environmental Protection Agency, uh, Mr. Wilson or Professor Wilson Tape, uh, who said that he will be okay, who has declined to be part of this process because of the code of conduct. Again, the code of conduct part 5, it says all public officials and employees appointed by the president of Liberia shall not engage in political activities, canvass or contest for elected offices, use government facilities, equipment, or resources in support of partisan or political activities, and serve on a campaign team of any political party or campaign of any independent candidate. Okay, another person who also declined their post, who also talk about this issue, uh, but he did not actually resign his post, or before doing that, he has asked for excuse from his boss. Is Mr. Lester Tenney, or Dr. Lester Tenney from the National Oil Company of Liberia, who has sent in a letter requesting for a 1 month leave. Well, Dr. Tenney, I know you know the law better than I do. So the law states that you should resign your post, not excuse. So again, that speaks to the blatant violation of the code of conduct by Liberian public officials of recent. It's actually ugly on the part of many of our public officials because this law, thousands of US dollars was spent, if possible, if not millions of dollars, United States dollar was spent on this law to just get it done. For it to be violated in such form and manner is actually ugly, really. We're just hoping that they will listen. Those who are who's supposed to listen will listen, actually. Liberia Public Radio, we will be taking a leave for you shortly as our time is coming up to 7 past 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 3 p.m. in Liberia. You're still watching Issue of Today live from our studio in Monrovia. My name is Mark Dunn. We have our number there in case you wish to participate. We will be glad to listen to you this hour. You can take your course and then you can have your say. But if not, we will just say thank you for watching. Thanks to you all for watching Liberia Public Radio. You are still watching Issue of Today. We want to say thank you ever so much to all of our viewers and listeners, those who have also been listening to our partner station across Liberia. Few of our partner stations that have informed us that they're going to relay this program. But again, we're hoping that next time this program is relayed on some other radio stations in Monrovia and other parts of the country. So thank you ever so much for watching Issues of Today live from Monrovia. My name is Mark. Have a wonderful time from studio in Pinsville.